Andrea. Go, go. Mm. All right, let's see who's going to show up here tonight. Woo. Hey, y'all. Hey, James Elwans, how you doing? Long time no see. Where you been, friend? What's going on, everybody? Hey, Nicola. Whew. Y'all know I got some stuff for y'all today. Hey, Amy. Okay, I'm trying to drop them gems. Thank you. All right. All right. Okay, everybody. So I hope you guys are having a wonderful Monday. Thank you, James. I just ain't seen you in a while, so I wanted to just make sure you were good to go. All right. All right. So uh okay, Julian, thank you. So look, so much has happened in just these past couple days. Okay, y'all know the government loves to slide in some stuff on us. Noreen, so I'm gonna tell y'all, if you send me a message through my on my website, I am backed up. I will get to y'all this evening. Okay. Hey, J7. I have been in some transition. Okay. Those who talk to me on the regular, y'all probably know. But let me just go ahead on and get started and tell y'all what's going on. Well, again, first of all, thank y'all for being here on another Monday. I appreciate you guys. Oh, you send it to TikTok. If you send me a message on TikTok, I promise I don't hardly ever see them. Please go to my website, shamikasaves.com, and just send me a message in the chat and I'll chat back with you. Okay. I promise I will get back to you there. All right. I am not good with responding on TikTok because I don't always see the messages. So please send me a message on the website. If it's your first time, please follow. Thank you guys for being here. I appreciate your support. So I'm just going to get right into it because I know we're going to be talking for a minute. Two big things I wanted to bring out. First and foremost, let's talk about these student loans really quick. Okay. If you guys do not watch my YouTube videos, you need to. I have been in overdrive making videos for y'all, so I don't have to go through so much detail here on live. So make sure you go to my YouTube, same name, Shamika Saves. Okay. So let me tell y'all what has happened. And thank you to, I'm not going to say your name, but thank you for sending me your letter because y'all do be sending me stuff. I did a video letting y'all know that it is almost time to get ready to pay your loans back. We are basically in June, okay? Your loans are going to become due 1 October. But what y'all need to know is you need to see the letter. Somebody sent me a letter. I know y'all can't see it, but I want to let y'all know in the video, I mentioned that you guys need to be aware that it is possible that they're going to charge you back interest for all that time that you were on forbearance. I told you that they were not talking about it. They weren't talking about it because they didn't want to let us know. And I got the letter from Nailnet, which is most of you are going to get it from Nailnet. And it states that you will be paying every 1 cent of back interest that you had covered for these last 2 years. You guys have been on forbearance. Okay. Good. Michaela, I'm glad you got your discharge. I want you to be clear to make sure people know that that discharge is from borrower's defense, not from the President Biden $10,000 discharge. That is not the same program. So congratulations on getting your discharge. Whoop, whoop. Yes, Big Mom Knowledge, go to my YouTube channel, okay? But I'm letting you guys know. So make sure you guys are checking your mailboxes because you need to find out how much your tab is going to be that's now going to be added back to your loan amount. All right. So for this individual, for those 2 years that she was on forbearance, she's going to have to pay $1,200 added back to her student loans. So basically, they're letting you know that you can pay the interest ahead of time, or they're just going to add it to your loan amount, and now they're going to charge interest on the interest. All right. So did y'all hear that? So if you do not pay it in full, you will be paying interest on the interest from your forbearance. If you were in a let me go through a couple of things they got on here. One, please do not be late with your payments. If you had an automatic payment, it may not automatically reset itself. So you need to um, log into your account or call your student loan servicer to find out if you are one of those individuals that needs to reset up your payment, because you may have to pay, you may have to set up your direct debit. All right, that's one. The second one is you will be paying interest for the time that you were on forbearance. So you need to find out how much that is. The next thing is if your student loans were in a what is it? How do they call it? If they were past due, okay, when you joined it, when we went into forbearance, they covered your past due, but you are going to have to pay that with that interest. Okay, so yes, they brought you up current while you were in forbearance, because you had to be current in order to be into forbearance. So they gave you that if you guys were not up to date, but you will be paying interest on that money. All right. So let me see what y'all saying really quick. Okay. All right. James wants to know, can you receive the ERC with just you as the employee? No. No, 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 no. Okay. And I'm going to do this one good time, because I've got a lot of calls about this ERC over the past couple of weeks. And I'm going to get you a question, Rodney. ERC is for individuals who had employees who still paid their employees while they were on break from COVID. You know, when the business had got shut down, and if you were a nice boss and you still wanted to pay your people because you love them, the IRS is giving you the option to get you up to $20,000 per employee back for the money that you paid them. All right. But that doesn't mean, because, and I'm just going to be honest, a lot of people lied on that PPP. And just because you, not y'all, lied to get the PPP, please don't lie to get this ERC. And I'm going to tell you why. The PPP, you went through a bank. The ERC, you're going through IRS. So if you want to tell them to come and arrest you, go ahead on and apply for it, because you are going to the man and you lying, some of y'all, to get the money. And I don't want to see anybody get caught up in that. Okay. The PPP and the SBA money was easy because you did not have to go to the man. You went to the man next to the man. Now you're going to go to the man. So please be mindful. If y'all are messing with the ERC, do not let these people tell you you don't have to have employees, because that is not true. It is called employee retention credit. Okay, so it means they're paying you a credit for retaining your employees during COVID. If you didn't have any, you should have no reason or no business doing this. If you're trying to get you some fast money, this is not the one. Okay, why? Because the IRS is also asking you now to submit your 941 forms. And if you don't know what that is for people who have W-2 employees, and you turn in a document quarterly showing how much you paid in Social Security and Medicare. And if you didn't have any employees and you didn't submit a 940 or 941 back then, why would you submit it now in 2023? So be mindful, okay? Do what you want, but I'm just letting you know that is not the way to go. So James, I will stay away from it, okay? Hey, sweetie. All right, so Darren says, okay, so yes, I'm on YouTube. I am on YouTube. I'm just saying, go to my YouTube. You can check out my videos, because I make more videos than I do here on live. There is a lot of stuff going on, but I don't want to put it all here, okay? All right, let me keep. Hey, Cassie, girl, you looking good. Cynthia, good evening, Shamika Saves fam. All right, so Cynthia says, hey to y'all. All right, so let me see what y'all saying. Hey, Mo. Rodney says, I'm 100% by the VA. They forgive all of my student loans? Yes, if you are 100% by the VA, or if you are on Social Security disability, your loans can be wiped out just with a sheet of paper. Okay, it is called total and permanent disability discharge. It is real easy. It's one page. Okay. And all the Department of Education is going to do is verify that you are disabled. They're going to check with either VA or Social Security. And once they give them the yes, your loans are gone. Okay. So if that is you, don't waste your time. Go on and get those loans dismissed. All right. Borrower's defense is still going on. All right. Also, for anybody that came in late, make sure you are checking mail, your mailbox, so that you can see if you have to set your payments back up, see when your payments are due for a student loan, and find out how much interest you're going to be paying. Okay, because y'all are going to be paying interest for them 2 years. Y'all did not pay any money. All right. Noreen says, everyone, that's right. Y'all tap the like button. I be forgetting that. Thank you. Noreen says, y'all tap the like button for all this good free information. Yes. Thank you very much, Noreen. I appreciate that. Okay. Amy says, Nelnet says you have to pay balloon interest. Ain't that? I'm telling you, they are hitting y'all with balloon interest. And that is why I made the video, because I wanted you guys to realize that there is a lot of stuff that they are not going to tell you. The government leaves it for you to do the digging and the figuring. That is what I'm here to help y'all with. Okay. So I came out with that video a week ago. And now somebody sent me a video. Somebody sent me a text right after they saw the video and said, girl, I now got to pay $1,200. And if I don't pay $1,200, now I'm going to have to pay interest on that interest. So yes, there is a balloon payment for everybody. They didn't tell y'all that, but now you know. Second thing that's happened over the weekend. If you follow me, thank you, Cynthia. Cynthia says she liked and shared it. Y'all make sure y'all tag and share somebody with somebody, okay? Because I'm gonna let y'all know what's gonna happen. Y'all gonna be mad when I tell y'all this. Now, I told y'all, whenever the government makes these big grand decisions, they always do them on a Friday. Why? Because we are getting ready for the weekend, and girl, we can see you crawling. We are getting ready for the weekend, and they know y'all not paying attention. So let me tell y'all what happened on Friday. The Supreme Court made a unanimous decision that from now on out, if the IRS assumes any one of us owes them any money and they feel that we may have hidden money, anything that they feel could prevent us from paying them back, the Supreme Court gave the IRS the green light to to contact your banks and to request your bank records without you guys' permission. Now, I don't know if y'all heard that, but I'm going to tell you why that's a big deal. Because if you were missing, if this was a domestic violence situation or whatever it was, they have to subpoena to get your cell phone records to find out your location where you pinged. But in order for them to get our bank accounts, now they have free reign. The Supreme Court gave the IRS free reign to not only get our bank records, they can get your spouse's bank records, they can get your business partner's bank records, they can get your friends or relatives. So we are basically under siege. It clearly states that they can choose any third party they want to collect the bank information if they feel you, the subject of the individual, are hiding assets from them. That's huge. That is also very, very scary. Okay. Because this means, well, one, ain't nobody going to be able to hide any money. I mean, which is what most people have been doing anyway. But now it's proving to us what I've been telling y'all, that they have been all up in our business. And now the Supreme Court is telling them, go right ahead. Okay. So you won't know if they got your bank records. Your bank doesn't have to ask you. The IRS doesn't have to ask you. No subpoena is needed. The only thing is required is the IRS needs to contact the bank. Okay, now not just your bank, your kids, your family members, cousins, business partners, whomever they think you told or are working with, they are going to now go and get the bank access. So let me see what y'all saying really quick. Student loans can go into bankruptcy, but they will come back out of the bankruptcy with you. So if you try to file bankruptcy and you want to put your student loans in them, there is only one way to get your student loans dismissed through bankruptcy, and you have to prove that you are unable to earn money to pay them. If you can show that you can't pay them because you're on a fixed income or whatever reason, you can then petition the bankruptcy court to ask the trustee to forgive, to throw your loans in it. But if you were to qualify for a program while you're in bankruptcy, you can qualify and not even be in bankruptcy. So if you guys are on, if you are on a medical, you got some kind of medical condition and you can't pay your student loans, You can absolutely ask a doctor to write a note and fill out that discharge form, and they can submit the note with the discharge form to get them dismissed, and you do not have to go through bankruptcy. There are other ways to do it, okay? So yes, I'm just letting you know that there is no privacy. They are going to be all in your business now, and that's very scary. And I'm going to tell you why that's scary. It's scary because y'all know we were talking about Fed Pay. A lot of y'all call it Fed Pay. It's not called Fed Pay, it's called Fed Now. All right. Now they're telling us that Fed Now is going to be available come July 2023. Well, guess what? Fed Now has already been in action since 2021. And if you do not know what Fed Now is, let me tell you, Fed Now is what they believe is going to replace, in my opinion, it's going to replace Zelle. Okay. Um, it may not replace cash. Well, let me tell you, it's not going to replace Cash App or any of those other things. What it's going to do is it's going to make it where we're not going to want to use it. So it's not going to replace it. We're just not going to use it. And let me tell you why. Fed Now is doing something that no other Cash App is doing. And what it's doing is it is making the money instant. So if I wanted to send any one of you guys $10,000, well, y'all know Cash App gonna say no because your limit is 2,500 for the week. You know Zelle is probably gonna have an issue, and if you do get it, it won't be in that person's bank account immediately. But Fed Now, it will. That's the difference between Fed Now and any other program, is that Fed Now will make the money instantly. So as soon as you give it to me, it's going to be in my bank. It's just like me giving you cash and putting it in your hand. So with people knowing that you can get cash that quick, that's why people are going to automatically switch to Fed Now. So your bank, some of your banks are already doing it. If you have Chase, if you have Capital One, if you have Wells Fargo, if you bank with any of those, they are already using Fed Now. They're just not telling you. Fed Now has already been in operation in the beta phase since 2021. So y'all remember, well, I was telling y'all, part of the reason why they're doing this is because next tax season is coming up. Y'all make sure y'all sharing tax somebody, all right? Because this stuff here is important. Next tax season is coming up. And y'all remember the $600, and they now want to see where the money's going. Well, what's the best way for them to see? The best way for them to know where you're sending your money to is to be in your bank account, which is exactly what Fed Now is going to do. It's going to be in your bank account. So when you are sending money, anything over $600, you don't have to worry about keeping track. The government is. Okay, they're already going to have access. And now I just told you that they have access to your bank accounts. So now they can marry up the two. What you sent, because they have access to see that you've been sending it, because they are the processor that's been sending the money to the other person. And also they now have access to match that or marry that with your bank records. So you're not going to be able to, and this is to the people who run the game, because I talk to tons of folks. I talk to good people and not so good people. This is where it's going to get crazy, because now they're going to see every movement and transaction that you do. So you're probably saying, well, Shamika, I'm just going to go back to cash. Well, you can, for only a certain amount of time. Y'all know, if y'all watch my channel, y'all know how I feel about that. Cash is going away. We are definitely going to be digital people real soon. Okay. So let me see what y'all saying. Christopher says, what's up with the Bank of America lawsuit? Do you know anything about it? A whole bunch of banks are being sued. It's a new one. Let me see. Did I see the one with Bank of America or not? Chris, text that to me and I will put it out. But I will tell y'all what Bank of America did come out with, since they were sued before. And this just came out over the weekend too. If you are a small minority business, that doesn't have to be black, okay? That could be black, brown, female owned, whatever. Bank of America is giving they have a business program that they're going to support you guys, give you training, and supposed to be giving some money. Okay, I will God, I guess I'm gonna have to put that up on my story after this so y'all can see what that is. It came out over the weekend. I don't think it's all that great. Banks try to give us money when they've been discriminating against us for years, and now that you got caught with a lawsuit, now you want to give me something. I don't know about that. But Chris, send me that for that class action, and I will let people know. Miss One says, leave Cash App alone. I'm telling you, Cash App ain't gonna be the only one. We're gonna have to leave them all alone. Okay. Sandra says, what about credit union bank accounts? So this Fed Now is going to be in They're going to give the banks the option to sign up. Okay. But here goes the quiet part. They're giving banks really until 2025. They have until 2025 to put that Fed Now system in their system so that they can watch. And if y'all remember, wasn't I telling y'all something about 2025? That's when your student loans are going away. So after not going away, that's when the borrower's defense ends. So if you guys haven't done your borrower's defense to get your loans wiped out, you have until 2025. A lot of stuff is happening by 2025. I know that's a little far out, but we talk far out over here because we're planners. Okay. So you guys have until 2025 to do quite a few things, but they're giving banks until 2025. But next year, come January, you will receive, unless they change something, you will receive a 1099 that's telling you about how much money you transferred in between your accounts. And if you don't believe me, when we get off this live, I want y'all to go to Google and type in Fed Now, FED Now, NOW, participating banks. It is 121 banks right now that are participating. Now, that probably doesn't sound like a lot, but we're talking about bank, not branches. We're just talking about bank names. So credit unions will absolutely be a part of that. I definitely know it's a ton of credit unions on there now. So if you want to see if your bank is on there, go to Fed Now participating banks, and it will give you the name of the 120 banks that are participating right now. You should know, okay? Why? Because you need to know if they're telling on you. Not that y'all trying to do nothing wrong, but I just like to know if my bank is going to be reporting on me. Well, the IRS says they have to anyway. So every bank is going to be reporting on everybody. Okay. All right. I never trust Bank of America. I don't trust Bank of America. I don't trust Wells Fargo. That's the worst one. I don't trust them. They're worse than Bank of America, in my opinion, creating fake bank accounts in names of customers that they don't have. I don't like that, to beef up their numbers. So I don't trust Wells Fargo. But none of these large banks, in my opinion, we should trust. And yes, Navy, they of course they want a global system. People have to believe that they want a global system. We're going global whether we want to believe it or not. Okay. And when we say global system, for those that don't know, that means one currency. Okay. If y'all notice how many places y'all walk into now that are cashless, you can't even use cash in the doggone cell phone stores unless you put them in the machine to pay your bill. Everything is cashless. So we are moving away from cash, whether people want to accept it or not. We're moving away from it. Okay. It said, what happens to privacy? No, that's the thing. There has never been privacy. They have always made us think that we had our Fourth Amendment. Okay. But the Fourth Amendment is being trampled on, y'all. And I know I probably sound like one of them Trump folks. Okay. But I'm not. I'm just really one of y'all reading stuff. And then when I do my research, I'm like, wait a minute, this is a violation. These people know stuff about us that they shouldn't. They're making decisions about us based off of things that they shouldn't. I'll give you an example. I have a friend. He had a regular name. Well, he changed his name. And I asked him because I already knew the answer, but I said, well, how has it been you getting credit? Have you had an issue getting credit? And he says, I can't get approved for anything. Well, it's designed that way. You change your name. Ladies, we keep getting married and divorced and getting married again. We keep changing our names. It's going to be harder and harder to verify who you are, especially if your stuff is blocked. You got your socials blocked. You got your credit freeze on your stuff. You are going to have a very hard time getting approved for things because now verifying identity is huge because there's so much fraud. So much fraud. So I had a person, I tried to set up this person a LLC. And this was you're in the camera, Andre. It's all right. I set up a LLC in what state was it? Virginia. And when I created the account to register to set this person up, you know what it came back and said? We can't verify who you are. So this person can't even set up a business in the state they live in. Now, is that crazy or is that crazy? So right now we're trying to track down who's doing the verification for the website so that this person can verify themselves so that they can start a business. Yes, it's getting just like that. So, and I'm not here to give y'all bad news, but I am definitely here to make y'all aware of what is going on. So when it happens, you can say, you know what? Shamika Shows said she sure did. Okay. So watch these name changes. Watch these, how many times y'all getting married. Okay. I know we got to go find love, but you got to watch it. You got to be smart because you mess around, you won't get approved for anything. Okay. All right. Let me see what y'all saying. Noreen says no privacy. They want everyone with cameras as a doorbell so they can spy all day. Absolutely. Now, y'all already know that. Ring told y'all that they are absolutely working with the police. And you don't even have to give permission, it's going to them anyway. So you don't. And how many of y'all have used the Ring neighborhood app? Did y'all even know that was an app? I can go on Ring on the neighborhood app and I can look at the doorbells camera of all my neighbors. Did y'all hear me? Go on the Ring neighborhood app. I don't know who've used it, but I can see what my neighbor sees out their doorbell, out of their peephole. Okay. So they absolutely do things like that. So there is going to be no privacy. And I don't know. And I've been telling y'all to look at how it is in China. China has absolutely no privacy. And you know what else they do? They incentivize people telling on other people. Same thing they're doing over here. I made a video about it. You can catch it on my YouTube. But I'm going to tell you, they had some articles came out over the weekend that if you are looking for a side job, a good way to make money is to snitch on people who've done fraud with the government. Why? Because you get 10% of the finder's fee. Whatever they discover, you get 10%. So I know that there are lawyers, at least two in the state of Florida, that is all they do. They just research and find out who got a PPP loan that wasn't supposed to. It's not hard to find out who got a PPP loan and wasn't supposed to. All it's gonna say sole proprietor for most of y'all, and they tell on them. And as soon as it comes back that the person was wrong to get indicted, the person gets a 10% finder's fee. So they are paying us to tell. Okay. All right, let me see what else y'all saying. He says sounds like the mark of the beast. Well, you know what? It's you could call it the mark of the beast. I call it the new world order. And I remember thinking that that was like a joke. But when I actually went and read the book, and if y'all don't believe me, it's not that big of a read. It's not that hard to read. But I'm telling you, it is almost exact to what is happening. So they've been telling us, we just ain't reading it and putting it together. Okay. So, but yes, y'all definitely, this world is going to get crazier and crazier. And I don't want to be the one to deliver y'all the bad news. I just want to let y'all know what is happening behind the scenes because we too busy with our lives that we don't even know. Okay. So I want to make sure that each of y'all tell somebody about the Supreme Court decision. The Supreme Court has 7 more decisions to make. 7. We didn't even know about these. Okay. They had 8 cases they're bringing upon the Supreme Court. They want them to vote on. The first one was the IRS decision to have free range to go and pull our bank accounts without our permission to trace down money. Okay. It is a real thing. And if y'all don't believe me, I'm on Reddit too. Okay. So I see who are the new hires for the IRS, and they are drumming up these new agents, these criminal investigators. They are out there, and their whole job is to find the money. Okay. Not even the fraud, to find the money. If you owe and you're not paying, they coming. If you've been hiding or you're not putting down your correct income, see, that's why the IRS is doing this, because people have been underreporting their income for years. Now you won't be able to underreport. And I'm going to tell y'all one way people have been doing it. All right, let me see what y'all saying really quick. It says our birth certificate means we lost at sea. We need to tell the government that we alive, apparently. So I know what you mean when you say lost at sea. A lot of folks don't realize that a lot of the terminology that we use in the government has a lot to do with uh, uh, what's the word? It has a lot to do with marine life, like the ocean. Okay. But that's a whole nother topic for a whole nother day. But yes, there are certain things that mean certain things. Okay. To the government, but we'll leave that for another topic. That might be a Wednesday topic. Okay. All right, let me see what y'all saying. TikTok term update. Oh, the TikTok. I mean, look at TikTok. Let me tell y'all before I get to how people underreport their income. So TikTok is now what is illegal in, is it New Hampshire, Maine? It's one of those on the Northeast. Okay, it's one of those states on the Northeast. It's the very first state that they have made it illegal for patrons to have TikTok downloaded on their phone. But guess what? How are they gonna find out if you have TikTok on your phone? Are you gonna tell on yourself? No. You know who's going to tell? The phone companies, they are leaving it to the governor is leaving it to the phone companies to report you for having the app on your phone. Now, they may or may not, we have not heard of a case yet, but that's the only people that are going to be able to report, because y'all not going to self-report that you have it on your phone. They can't go see what you have on your phone unless they have a subpoena. So they're going to leave it to the phone companies to tell if you are not abiding by the rules of having that on your phone. Pay attention. Okay. Yes, Miss Cynthia. Yes, they can track our iPhone. They've been able to track our iPhones. Absolutely been able to track the iPhones. But one thing I will say about iPhone is iPhone does not like to work with law enforcement. Okay. They are a little bit tougher when it comes to working with law enforcement. Google, on the other hand, they are hand in hand with your buddy. Okay. iPhone, a little different. They make it a bit harder to break into the phone. That's why I don't do what's the thing with the face thing? I don't do that anymore. Why? Because ain't nobody finna turn my phone on while I'm dead, while I'm asleep, or while I'm sedated in the hospital, because they have been stories where people have done that. Police officers go on your phone when they're not supposed to. If you're under arrest, whatever, they just use your face and unlock the phone. So I took my facial recognition off. That's the one least thing I can do. Okay. If y'all want to take off geo what is it, it's the geographical code that shows up with your picture, so you don't have to list where your locations are. Some of y'all may need to do those things if you don't want to be tracked. Are we going to be able to avoid all of it? No, we're not. All we can do is do whatever it does to make us feel comfortable by trying to minimize some of these security measures. Okay. All right, let me tell y'all another thing that's telling on us. Before I do that, let me tell y'all how people underreport their income. So this is one reason why they're doing it. All right. So this is a true story. This person was a real estate agent, and this person did not want to make a lot of money. So what did they do? They got paid in check. Instead of depositing that check, which was smart, right? They decided, let me go to the check cashing place. You know, everybody goes to check cashing place when they don't have bank accounts, pay that little high fee. But hey, they still get to walk away with a bunch of their own money. And this real estate agent was walking away with thousands and thousands of dollars because he was not depositing the money into his bank account, which means when he would do his taxes, there's no way that he would need to report that income because there's no trail of it, right? Well, what happened was somebody at the IR and the S said, it's a whole lot of checks from this same person keeps coming and being cash, but when we look at the income that this person is reporting, it's not matching. So they, instead of going to the person, they went to the store and said, no more cashing checks for this person. So this person ended up not having a way to cash their checks. Then, while they couldn't cash their checks, the IRS says, now we're going to audit this person as well. Come to find out, this person had been cashing all these checks. The person tried to fight it, but the IRS was like, we have proof. Look at all these checks that this check cashier store cashed. The check cashier store are going to work with the IRS because they don't want to be penalized. And they had to tell on the man. So now this real estate agent is now in prison for underreporting his income by millions. Okay. Now it was smooth what he was doing. He had been going to the check cashing place for years to get around putting that money in his account. But by them having access to our bank accounts now, how are we going to be able to hide it? You're not, because they're not on, they can't, he can hide it from his account, but that store can't because they got to put the money in their account. So this is why they're now going into our bank accounts, because the truth lies in your bank. The truth lies in your direct deposits. Okay. They didn't care if this was for minors. They didn't care if it was for adults, elderly, nobody. They want access. All right. So let me see what y'all saying real quick. That's right, Stacy. I'm glad. I want y'all to hear this because this is what they are never ever going to tell y'all on the news. Why? Because you guys will go into a panic. You guys will have the insurrection all over again, and they don't want it. Because if people really knew the reason to be mad, not because somebody didn't get president, if y'all really wanted to be mad, you should be mad at the fact that we have no privacy anymore. Okay. And I'm going to tell y'all, I don't have my, oh, yes, I do. All right. And I know I don't have to be this dramatic, but I'm going to do it anyway. Okay, so how many of you have switched over to your new driver's license, your real ID? Okay, the one with the gold star in the top left hand corner, right hand corner. Okay, so if you guys haven't, you should have by now. And if you haven't, you will not be able to do any federal travel or transactions without the real ID. Now, I know y'all probably like, let me see. Go look at your driver's license and see, because some of y'all got it and don't even know. Okay. The real, I'm hide mine, but it has the gold star. That's mine, my gold star. Okay. That's my gold star. This is my real ID. But y'all see the back of this? Do y'all see this barcode? Now, how many of y'all went to the airport and scanned this barcode at the airport to get your ticket when you're flying? Let me tell y'all what you didn't know. This here has no security measure in it. When the government, decided to make these real IDs, they stated we don't want security, which means people steal your information from this strip. When you scan this card, now you won't see it because you're not the computer. It has your bank account info, your driver's license info, your whatever information you have that you did to verify for this real ID. They have passports, social security, all of that, all on the back of your driver's license. And all of y'all are walking around with all that information. So wait until, and I know somebody probably already has a machine that can pull all your information off. But the government stated when they made these cards not to put a security measure on the back. Why not? Because they knew people were going to fraud. Okay. And they want our business out there, in my opinion. All right. So I'm letting y'all know that right now, hold on. Of course, they don't talk about it. In Texas, the texas.gov website, they actually made a copy of the site. And y'all, some of y'all don't even know, but they can make copies of websites that look just like the site you thought you were going to. And what did they do? They stole people's information who tried to get a new card, because you can register your cards online. You can do your order your driver's license right online. Well, people thought they were ordering cards, and somebody was intercepting them. And what they did was, and this only happened with some Asian people. Okay, didn't happen with anybody else. All right, but over 100 of these were sent to Asia to give to people who were not citizens, and they were able to come right on in the United States just because they stole your information. And I'm gonna tell y'all, I can find almost anything I want about any one of y'all. All I need is your name, and I get some information about maybe where you live so I can verify it's you. But I can type y'all in and find anything. And if I can do it, guess what scammers will do? They can do the same exact thing. So y'all be careful with this real ID, because your information is on the back. This is why I tell y'all, do not sign up for Clear at the airport, because all you're doing is helping them verify that what's on here is also in that file. Okay? And y'all know Clear, when you go through the airport and you skip the line, they have everything on all of us. But if you want to pay to skip the line, basically to verify that the information they have on you is correct, you go right ahead. I don't have nothing against it. I'm just letting you know what you're really signing up for. They're not going to tell y'all that. All right, let me see what you're saying. Darren says, why would they have your bank card information? Not your bank card, your bank account info. They're going to have, they can see whatever they want. Now, y'all know I don't just be pulling this out of my, you know what, this is actually news articles. These are reports and studies, because the government actually does pay companies to come in and do studies on them to see if they have loopholes, to see if they're doing something wrong. This is how the IRS is just now, I don't know if y'all heard this, the IRS is just now admitting that they have been targeting Black people for audits. We knew that. We been knew that. But now there's a study that shows, hey, Amani, that the IRS really has been targeting Black people. And how is that done? Because there's a study. And how did they determine that? Because they look at who gets earned income credit. So if y'all have earned income credit and you are a minority and you look like me, you are definitely higher up on the list to get audited than anybody else. I'm not making it up. The IRS has just now said they have no other choice but to say, yes, we have been unfairly targeting Black people. We knew that. Now we know why. So if you are uh, requesting or getting that earned income credit on your taxes, look at your 1040 page 2, line 17, I believe. You will see if you received it. And if you are, you're up there. Hey, Miss Aura, real quick, anybody who's in Florida, did you get your My Safe Florida Home grant? If you did, the money is already out. They've already made decisions. They're giving out the money to people. You can already contact people on the contractor list. So, Miss Aura, I hope that is you. I hope you've already contacted your contractors to get your house fixed. Okay. Oh, Cynthia, yes, in Texas. Okay. All right. Miss One says so many crooked people every day. Everybody has to suffer for it. I'm starting to not know who's crooked anymore. I don't know if it's the crooks or if it's the government. Okay. It's hard to say because they leave us wide open to get caught up in fraud by not doing what they should do. Okay. All right. So let me go here. Let me see what y'all saying. Yes, it's a credit card look-alike. Yes, you can scan and get information from your driver's license. You were not able to do that as much as you are now. Let's see. It says, I have clear. I'm glad that you love them. I'm not saying clear is bad. I just want people to understand exactly what clear is. Clear is an information hub. It has everything on you, your family, your kids. As a matter of fact, when you get pulled over by the police and they run that tag and they're running, that's clear they're running. They're not running to let me call back to the 911 dispatch and see what you got on this person. No, 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 no. They're using clear. It's in their system. Law enforcement pays $5 to $15 per pull to find out your information. And the difference between the $5 and the $15 is depending on how much information they need. Okay. So clear is cool to skip the line, but it ain't cool when the police are behind you and now they finding out all your information. So please be mindful when y'all taking pictures with people and you tagging them on your Facebook or your Instagram or your TikTok, any social media. You know why? Because now they are attached to your clear report. Did you hear what I said? If you tag somebody, they take a picture with you, or you just tag their name, they are now a part of your clear report and vice versa. So now you can't say that you don't know this person because you tagged them. And when they pull up your stuff, they're going to see associated people, and the people you tag are going to be associated. So if you're associated with crooks and criminals, then you are going to be on that list that they may be looking at. Okay. All right. It says, should I pay the $24.99 for Optery? I'm hoping I'm saying it right. You guys do not have to pay for Optery. Optery. I tell everybody to go there, sign up for the free account if you choose. Optery will show you how for free to remove yourself from over 200 websites, your information from over 200 websites. Now, if you pay $24.99, they're going to do it for you. You choose whichever plan works for your budget. But just know that if you sign up for anything, you go and sign up to get a new car, you sign to put your name in a raffle, you putting your name in the sweepstakes, all that work you did to get your name out of the system, you just put it right back in. Okay. So if you're going to go off the grid, you're going to have to go off the grid. Okay. Because anything you do will trigger the system and it's going to start right over again. You move and you go and try to get electric or water bill or cable in your name, you done started the process all over again. Anything you do with your information starts it over. So just be mindful. Okay. Cynthia says, looked at my license. I have the gold star and strip on the back. I'm telling you, look at y'all license. Y'all probably have renewed your license and didn't even know you have the real ID. But try to go to the airport with your old driver's license and watch they send you home. Because if you don't have the real ID, you will not be doing anything federally. Now you can still use it for other stuff. Get in the club, you want to go and buy some liquor from the liquor store to make sure you're 21, cool. But try to do something with the government and see if they don't turn you away. Why? Because they want to make sure you're you. Because people be frauding so much. But guess what? Somebody in South Carolina just got a fake real ID. And let me tell you how they did it. They did it online. They went right to the website. They pretended to be somebody else. They answered all the questions correctly and got a new license with a brand new picture, which is not even the person that it really was. Now, ain't that something? The only way this girl got caught is because her stupid behind went and applied for a real job with that fake ID, and they did a background check and realized it was not the same person. So, what I'm telling y'all is be on the lookout. Every state has where you can get your driver's license online. You can renew it online and get you a new card sent in the mail. I'm so cool. I'm so good. I can not only be you, upload a new driver's license picture and be you. I can also change your address for $1.15 and have your driver's license sent to my house with my face on it. I'll wait. Now, if I'm saying it and I don't even want to do it, imagine what somebody who really wants to do it can do it. They can do it. That can be done. Everything I'm telling you has been done. These are real crimes. People are really getting your information just from answering questions, because most of us, our answers are standard. What's the last four? What's our address? Where were we born? I can find all that right on Optory. I can find all that right on these websites. So y'all just be careful, okay? I'm telling you. Now, y'all think I ain't making this up, okay? Now, I'm gonna tell you what's messed up. So the same person that got that driver's license, I said, well, let me type her name in the internet. Guess what I found? Now, sis going down. She doesn't know it yet, but she going down. Why? Because not only did she get caught with this fake driver's license, sis done went and got a PPP loan too. So once they prosecute her for this, they gonna do the same search I did and saw that, wait a minute, you went and got a PPP loan too? Let me turn you over to the feds. We're gonna get a 10% kickback of a finder's fee once we turn you in. That's what everybody's gonna be doing. Be mindful. Okay, that's why I want y'all to stay away from the ERC, because all it takes is one phone call from somebody that don't like you. Hey, Mr. IRS man, so and so, their name is, their address is. You could send IRS tips. You can write them tips. They find out, you get some money. Okay, let me see what y'all saying. All right, they have to keep they absolutely got to keep the prisons filled. But the thing is which ones? The federal prisons or the state prisons? Depending on your crime, depending on where you're going. So you messing with the government, the ERC, the PPP, some of these, you going to a federal prison. You doing the driver's license thing. You going to state prison. Okay, it just depends on where it's done, but they do got to keep the prisons full. All right. Hopefully it ain't none of y'all, because I'm telling y'all what to do, and I'm telling y'all what to look out for. Okay, make sure y'all smarter with y'all passwords, because people are getting y'all information just from finding y'all stuff online. Let me see. Government says they want to protect the country, but they keep making crazy things, now added real ID. That's why I said I don't believe them. They aren't making things better for us. They are making things easier for them to track us in the event we do something wrong. See, what they hope that most of us do is fall in line, keep our heads down, and go about our business like most people do. If you happen to get caught up with identity theft, oh, don't worry, we'll take care of it. Oh, you get happen, your credit card gets stolen. Oh, don't worry, we'll fix it. But instead of fixing the problem, which is how easy people have access to this stuff, is the problem. I told you it takes $1.15 for me to change your address to mine. That's scary. And yes, you can do that right online with the change address online and through the postal system. They leave it wide open. And if you don't believe me, change your address yourself. Change your address yourself and see what happens if you don't respond to the post office when they ask you, was this you that changed your address? Don't respond. And that mail gonna go to somebody else's house, which is how older people don't see when credit cards come in. It's not that they meeting the post office man and paying him money no more like they used to. They just changing the address. That simple. Once they get what they want, they're gone. Okay. All right. Cynthia says scary. I'm sure people are using dead people's info for fake driver's license. Yep, you can use dead people's info, but hopefully some of the people aren't. Some people are getting smart. They aren't using dead people like they used to. Why? Because dead people are in a system. If y'all watch my CPN video, the video tell y'all about how to make this fake social security number, because y'all know I'm gonna tell y'all the good and the bad. People don't use dead numbers no more, because as soon as they check that number and it says that it's tied to a deceased person, that's a red flag. They don't want that. They want your grandmamas that ain't paying attention because they too busy watching their stories and the news. And they want your babies who are too young to realize that anything's happening. Parents, y'all are not realizing it either because y'all raising them. Y'all thinking, oh, my child ain't got to worry about credit until they're 18, until they turn 18, and you found out that somebody done stole their info. Look, I get the phone calls, y'all. Okay. I get the phone. I be talking to people who ain't even from this country. Okay. And the stuff that they be, I just be sitting there looking like, y'all is really on something. Okay. Y'all see people coming over to this country every single day. What you think they doing? What you think they doing? They ain't just sitting at Home Depot waiting for people to come and get, they working jobs. They working real jobs to get that cash. And you know who they're getting it under? Some of y'all names, some of y'all children's names. It's not hard. I just told you how they getting your driver's license without you even knowing. Okay, you ain't even got to be dead. It's worse. You would hope it would be dead people, but it ain't. They want alive people because that number is alive and it's hot and it's working. Jesslyn, if you're in Florida, I hope you use the My Safe Florida Home. Okay, it is hurricane season in Florida, so if y'all ain't got that money, I'm telling you, they done dropped them $10,000 and $5,000 grants to get your homes fixed up for hurricane season. Okay, if you are low income, they give you 5,000. You don't pay anything out of pocket. You just contact a contractor on the list. They will come out and fix everything for the 5,000. If you are not on the low income, you get 10,000, but they give you 15. Okay, so no, you get. Let me take that back. Yeah, you get 15 because you pay 5 and they pay 10. Okay, so they're giving you 10,000 to your 5,000, which is 15,000 to get your house fixed. So come on, y'all. All right, now there's some stuff that they do, but somebody gonna fraud that program too. I bet you somebody going to. Okay, all right. It says they're about to give people social points. Absolutely. If you drop trash on the ground, they take your points away. Now, did not tell y'all about the social credit score. The social credit score is real. It's not implemented here yet, but it's coming, and I'm gonna run it down. Go to Google if you don't believe me. When you go to Google, when we get off of this, do China social credit score. Basically, what I told you, they want you to tell on everybody. So here's how this credit score works. It's probably going to be 700, 800, just like our credit scores are now. But instead of it just being based off of how you pay your bills, it's going to be how you live. Do you cross the street? Do you pay your bills on time? Look at the people who getting kicked off the planes for fighting. They have a lifetime ban for flying. How are they ever going to go anywhere? That's just like what they're doing in China. If you are in China and your score drops below a certain number, you can't fly, you can't eat at certain restaurants, you are not allowed to take the bus. They make it difficult for you to live so that you are encouraged to act better so that your score can go up. Now, I know y'all probably thinking America won't never do that. That's a lie. They're doing it now. They just ain't calling it that. Go on a plane and beat somebody up and see if you can ever fly again. Y'all see the news. Y'all see the news. Okay. Hey, Tyron. Okay. Yes, it's too many stipulations. What did it say? Zoo House Sears. What's that, Michelle? So they're definitely doing the social credit score. They're just going to implement it slowly and differently here. Try to act up and see where you will and won't be allowed to go. It says if you do bad things, they will ban you from leaving your neighborhood. Oh, yes. And China, if your scores drop too low, not only will they not let you fly, you can't work, they will send you to a camp where they will give you hard labor because they are trying to force you to change into a better person so that you can go back and be a law-abiding citizen. Okay, it's coming. It may not be as extreme as it is over there because they're saying it's a socialist country. Oh, we on our way. We're about to have as many cameras as them. If you don't believe me, y'all can look up the company called Black Hawk. The Black Hawk company is owned by this one man. He has millions of cameras in China and he got the contract over here and they are putting them in over here. We already talked about Google Nest. We talked about the Ring. We got CCTV. They're recording. So I'm just letting you know. So I don't want y'all to think ain't nobody watching. Somebody says, what about the illegals? The illegals, in my opinion, they coming over here smarter than the people who are over here. The illegals already know. Didn't I tell you I just had a phone call with somebody who is not from this country? Okay. He basically is like, look, I'm fresh off. I saw your video on YouTube. I don't know. He saw my video on YouTube and he said, this is what I need. This is what I'm trying to do. And I'm shocked because they come over here with a game plan. They need an ID, they need a social, and they need a job. And they're going to get all of that from y'all. The only thing y'all gonna be responsible for doing is filing the taxes because they're gonna have work for you the whole year. They're gonna have gave you all the income. You got to file the tax. That's how some of y'all gonna find out that they stole your identity. Is when you get a letter from the IRS saying that you did not file your taxes for the past couple of years. This is why if y'all have anybody in your family that's elderly, you do not let them not file taxes. They need to always file, even if they have no income, because you need to make sure that nobody is working under your name. And the only way you're going to know is to run your social by filing your taxes. Okay. No, Miss Darylyn, I'm very, very serious. I am very serious. They have everything. People who come from other countries always get, in my opinion, a lot of them get way better treatment in certain states. I'm gonna just say that in certain states. And New York is one of those very friendly states. Okay. I know somebody right now who came over here illegally and flew to New York and got a driver's license. Did you hear me? Don't got a job in the first, ain't got nowhere to be, but got a driver's license and ain't even supposed to be over here. So some states out there that work with these people. That's why they coming. Okay. And then they gonna take y'all information because I want y'all to block y'all stuff. They watching my videos just like y'all are. I need y'all to go and pull these reports. Your LexisNexis. You need to go and see your medical report, your medical bureau report. You need to pull your Social Security statements to make sure that you have, got some years that you should be. And you need to look at your tax statement. Look at your tax transcripts. That's what's really going to be funny is when the tax transcripts come out and y'all finding out that, damn, it's so much income I never claimed. And they robbing the postman. Thank you, Lacey. And, I was talking to somebody about that today, and the girl said, oh, them robbing the postman for the key? That's old. They've been robbing post office people for the master key. That's why my mail goes to the P.O. box. Okay? Because you're going to have to rob the whole post office to get my mail. Because if y'all got y'all mail in a box and y'all live in those apartment complexes, baby, they stealing the keys. They definitely don't have certain things mailed to your house. They taking your checks. They robbing when you drop your rent payment. So we basically just have to be careful all the way around. Hey, Miss Jenna, long time no see. It says, how do you file taxes if you're on disability, retired, or don't work? Easy. If you do not work, you can still file your taxes. You will still do your regular 1040. You will just have zero as your. If you're retired, you get a pension. So you should be filing. If you're on disability, you still get a pension. You should still put that on your paperwork. You will not be able to e-file if you are elderly or on disability. An old person, you get zero. It's going to be zero. So you can't e-file it. Meaning when you do your taxes, you're going to have to print them out, sign them, and mail them. But you know why you should? Because there was a lady that found out that somebody had been filing taxes under her name for 5 years because she was on disability. She didn't think about filing no taxes. I'm always telling the elderly people, I don't care if you don't work, ma'am, sir. You need to make sure somebody ain't working under you. Then you get caught up in something and then you're looking crazy. So file it, print it out, sign it, and mail it. IRS ain't going to do nothing but hold on to it to show that you filed for that year. Okay? All right, so it's 7. Let me see what y'all saying before I go. Aura says, my cousin came over here on holiday and got an ID and health care in New York. I could not believe it. I'm trying to tell you, Miss Aura. It says, and she has not worked in this country, but me working for over 20 years, you can't get anything free. That pisses me off. I agree. I'm telling you, that's why they come in, because it's easy to come over here, steal identities, steal socials. Foreign people, in my opinion, a lot of times they get a whole lot more. Me working with the IRS and seeing how they do stuff, people come over here and get those ITINs, which is a social security number for people who don't have a social security number. And that ITIN works to get credit. Now, why would you allow somebody who's not even a citizen to have a 9-digit number that they can get credit from, and we can't even barely get credit with our number? Somebody explain it, okay? So this is why I do this, because I want y'all to know. All right, Liz says, what do you think about this debt ceiling? So I think this whole debt ceiling is why we're in this problem, what we're doing. That's why we're in this problem right now. We cannot keep increasing the debt ceiling. What that means for people that don't know is that they want somebody to say, sure, print more money. And that's fine if we had something to back it up with. We just keep printing paper, which means our $1 will soon be worth 59 cents. So we cannot keep printing money. We cannot keep just adding to the debt, which is why we are, and I've been telling y'all, we're going to move off of the dollar. We moved off the gold standard a long time ago. Remember, we used to have gold bullion. We moved off of that. Now our dollar is based off of y'all. They keep printing money because they hoping y'all gonna keep making babies. They're gonna hope that y'all keep populating because we are like cattle. We are worth something. They get more money based off of how many notes they turn in. Y'all gotta watch how money is created. Okay, but it's from each and every one of us. So if we don't have a lot of kids, we stop making children, we stop populating, we're going to start hurting because who's going to pay? Who's going to put in for Social Security? Who's going to pay for Medicare? Ain't nobody working now. So y'all should be very afraid when they keep trying to push this debt ceiling up and up. We're already at a however many trillion. That's more money than we can count. And now they want to increase it some more. Okay, that's what we've been doing. And that's going to keep happening until the system implodes. And guess what? We're going to be so deep in debt that we're going to run out of money. I know y'all don't believe that, but that's why we're moving to Fed now. That's why there's cryptocurrency. People been telling y'all get Bitcoin and get these. That's where we're going. Wait on it if you don't believe me. Okay, y'all wait on it. Invest a little bit if y'all can. Get y'all some crypto. Put it to the side and wait. You'll see. But this money is going away. So we don't want them to keep increasing this debt ceiling. I'm scared about that. Stride says, I need a CPN ASAP for a car and rental home. Now, here we talking about fraud. Here you talking about you need a CPN. Cool. Get you one if that's what you choose to do. I'm not against it. If that's what you want. Soon our landlords are going to be Goldman Sachs. Soon our landlords are going to be these big corporations. So, they're moving us out. And then our landlords are not going to be these small companies anymore. They're going to be these large companies that have, guess what? Access to your bank accounts. So y'all ain't going to be able to use these CPNs like y'all think soon. All right. It says New World Order, they're creating a tracker. They've been creating a tracker system. We already have a tracker system. That is every one of these reports I'm telling y'all about. And the biggest tracker system is Clear. If you don't believe me, Clear is the biggest tracking system the government has ever made. The biggest. Okay. Not to mention LexisNexis, not to mention these new companies that are coming out building these software. Look at the company I told y'all IRS just gave them a $99 million contract. And their whole job is to put something in their system to search out or find out who's frauding and lying on taxes. Man, they got a lot of systems out there. Just make sure y'all name is not on them, okay? It says, when my mother died, they had it reported dead. That's right. As soon as you pass away, they reported dead by Social Security so that nobody can use that number. Yes. What's untrue, Donald? Let me know. I would love to go back and forth with you, honey. Money is not backed by, who said, okay, money is backed by oil? It is, some of it. But what else it is? What else is it backed by? It's backed by us. Okay, go and look and see how money is created and why they go and borrow money from the federal. What are they turning into the Federal Reserve to be able to give them the go ahead to keep raising the debt ceiling? It ain't oil, and we don't own oil. Okay, so the money ain't backed by just oil. But I digress. I love for y'all to come at me. Come on, let's go. See, user, you get it. That's why they're tripping on abortions. Y'all finally seeing it. Y'all putting it together. That's why they don't want people doing it. It ain't just because they want white kids or no black kids. They need this. Who finna lower this debt? They need you to have kids. We ain't gonna make it if we don't have more generations coming. Okay, I'm just telling you. Let's see. Michaela says, and they got the nerve to judge me on my credit. Oh yes. We citizens get treated the worst. Okay, very, very, very much. It says, if we default, what will happen then? If we default and can't pay our bills, we're going to be just like Greece. We will be a bankrupt country. We will be like these other countries where they are burning their money. I ain't making it up. If you ain't on Twitter, you need to be, because that's where all your real live active stuff every single day is happening. People are burning their money. That's exactly what will happen over here if we go bankrupt. Because what are we going to do with it? We ain't going to be able to buy nothing. I have money from Iraq that has Saddam Hussein's face on it. I can't do a damn thing with it. It used to be worth a lot. I can't do nothing with it today. Okay? You think we won't be there? We will. That's why we're moving to crypto. It says America bullies those in debt too. Really? You think it'll never happen? Well, King, I don't know your age, sir or ma'am, but I will wait. Wait on it. Wait on it. America can bully all they want to, hun. We are definitely moving away from the dollar and going to crypto. And if you think that we're not, you ain't read a book. Okay? But thank you. All right, so it is definitely after 7. Y'all know I love you, and I want to give y'all some information. Thank you. And anything that I tell y'all, y'all can go right to my website, shamikasaves.com, and ask me. I will send you the links. I am not a person just to pull stuff out of my behind to talk to y'all because I have other things I could do. Okay. But I have no problem sending you a link so you can go and research it yourself. But the one thing I want y'all to take away is that the IRS is in your business now. Supreme Court made the decision. So please tell somebody to tell somebody that they don't need a subpoena. So if you're doing wrong, do not put it in your bank account or your friends' bank accounts because now they're going to have access to see it. If you took nothing else away from the night. Okay. Love y'all. Y'all know how to reach me. Go on my YouTube. You want to book consultation, whatever, go to my website, shamikasaves.com, and I will talk to you guys. I might talk to y'all on Wednesday, okay? But if not, please, my new videos are out. Go on my YouTube, stay up with me. No, don't take your money out the bank. I just want you to know what's happening to it, where it is going. That you're exactly right, Mango Skin. I've been telling them. The Federal Reserve is coming out with its own crypto. So that's why I laugh when King says that we ain't never going to get off the money. Really? We already coming out with our own coins. Okay. You got it. But if y'all don't believe me, we soon will all be able to go buy us some Federal Reserve coins. And we're going to spend them just like we spending these dollars. Okay? Love y'all. See y'all later. No, Cash App is not being canceled. It's just we're going to have other options. And sooner or later, we ain't going to be using Cash App because FedNow is going to be what they're going to want us to use because it's going to transfer the money in an instant. Whereas Cash App, there's a slight delay to have the cash in your hand. Okay. Plus, FedNow is going to also, and I'll say this when I'm be done, FedNow also works with your company. So I'll give an example. If I was purchasing a house and I had to go to closing and I had to write a check to pay for the closing, a lot of times they want you to go and wire the money. Okay, FedNow will allow you to transfer up to $500,000 at one time. You can't do that with Cash App or any of these other apps. So FedNow is now going to work where these companies like your title company and all of them, they will say, well, go and send it and go do it through FedNow and send the money to us in an instant. So we'll have it. It won't be wire transfer and wait 2 to 3 days to get it. FedNow is instant. That's why it's called FedNow, because they are giving you the money now. And if you watch my YouTube video, I'm going to tell you what makes it different than all the other softwares. Okay? I did the research for y'all. Okay, bye. Talk to y'all later. See you.